games, comics, anime, codenamed Epic. Welcome to the codenamed Epic Ani-holic Time Chamber. With your host,
Where the hell am I?
I was looking like this.
Maestro
Hi,
Please.
this is Maestro Please.
My favorite G-Gun. The greatest comic book known to mankind. Do I want me on there? Now I'm a drug lord. I have
Kirby Kid.
everywhere. This has been Codename Epic. I'm Kirby Kid.
Oh, that's why we have it here.
Jane.
This is Jim with Codename Epic.
Oh, shit. Maybe we should get a little closer. I'm going to say that now. Jeffrey is a better driver than I will ever hope to be. Don't walk here, everyone. I will do it.
This
This
is
is Kay
Kay.
with Codenamed Epic.
So let's reintroduce ourselves. Hi, I'm Maestro Please.
Hi, Maestro Please.
And I'm an anime-holic.
Hi everybody. I'm Kirby Kid.
Hi, Kirby Kid.
I'm an anime-holic.
Hi, I'm Jen.
Hi,
Hi, Jen.
I'm an Ani-holic.
Hi, I'm Kay,
Hi, Kay.
and I guess I'm an Ani-holic too. Boo-hoo.
So topics of discussion for today are Digimon Cross Wars, American comic book characters made into anime, BLEACH, and Megaupload shutting down. So who would like to start off first?
I guess I'll start. So we have, I think, the 6th series of Digimon Cross Wars, and guys, it's like they took all the worst parts of Digimon, Power Rangers, and Voltron, and they just made it all suck, like all at the same time. I don't know how they did it.
Okay, can you elaborate on that?
Well, they don't Digivolve anymore.
They don't
They don't Digivolve. There are Digimon who do not Digivolve.
Hold on, then what's the point of Digimon?
That's
Digital
what-
monsters.
Thank you, but I mean, like,
That's what I was trying to figure out when I watched it. I watched it till about the 14th episode, and I'm like, you know
Wow,
what?
you really held out.
I was trying. You know,
Whole season.
I love Digimon, so I had to try.
that's true.
But-
I love Digimon too.
They do this thing now called Digicross,
Cross.
which is like, for example, like the first one's like this beetle mechanical looking thing, and this other weird like rodent whatever. And instead of Digivolving, that little beetle one just turns into like a little mecha body, and the other one just jumps on top of him and forms the head, and then they have a giant music staff that they hit people with. And the kid has nothing to do with it. He's
So-
just there to be like, hey, I'm getting all the credit for this.
It's
Okay.
not like DNA Digivolving.
No, at least that was like fun.
Yeah.
This is just a, hey,
That
let's
was
stand on
fun.
top of each other.
I don't know if that's fun.
In comparison to the last couple of Digimon series, which has been kind of a fail, that was fun, yeah.
So when you mean like, are you talking about up until?
Anything after season 3 was just kind of.
I don't know.
Kinda
Season
meh.
4 was okay. I feel like, cause the bookmark of the series was season 4 because that's when they took that pause. I think.
What
That
happened?
was a long pause.
What happened in season 4 though? Because I can't remember it.
The kids turned into the Digimon.
Oh, that's
Admittedly-
why I can't remember that one.
Admittedly, I didn't like the concept at first, but that's like my issue with the 3rd season. I didn't like the concept of the credit card thing.
That was the coolest part.
I didn't think
The
that
credit
was
card
cool.
thing.
No, did you modify?
Maybe it's because I'm a girl.
Did you
But I
modify?
okay, no.
Yes.
All I saw was my mom swiping a credit card and somehow looking at me that way. Literally after I tried to watch that series.
But
Not to say that
Modify.
not to say that the 3rd season was bad. Like, admittedly, it's the best well-planned season out of all Digimon
It was
seasons
a lot,
so far.
and it was a lot darker than.
And it was a
any
lot
other-
darker.
And I had Gargomon.
But- That one aspect of the series kind of threw me off, you know? So that's kind of what made me, like, not like it at first. And that's the same thing with Digimon Season 4. I didn't like at first that the kids turned into the Digimon, but you could kind of delve more into the kids' issues rather than, like...
But no one cares about kids' issues.
But
At that point.
no, admittedly, though, every Digimon season kind of delved into that. like back in season 1, it was Sora and her mom, TK and Matt with their parents' divorce.
But it's okay because that was a good season.
Okay,
No, that was a
leaving
good
your
series.
bias behind. The point is that they kind of delved into that, but like taking away the Digimon partners for season 4 kind of left more room for development. Admittedly, it was not it didn't go anywhere. For a lot of the characters, it did not go anywhere, and none of them had decent character development. But it was okay. Like that was I think that was why they decided to put the bookmark there, and have like a sort of year's pause before coming up with the crap that is Savers. I think
It was refreshing though because it took away the obligatory. Leomon comes in, then dies. The main character gets mad, and his Digimon digivolves the wrong way and goes crazy for a little bit, and then comes back to being an ape.
I think
I'm tired of seeing that. It's every season. Some form. The Agumon goes the wrong way. It's always Agumon.
Leomon always comes back. That's why I like the first 3 seasons.
That's like the running gag of the first 3 seasons. It's like, wait, does that thing look like a Leomon? It's gonna die.
I was telling Jen this earlier. I think that Leomon is a black guy. Every time.
Yeah, giant, muscular.
Deep voice, and
obviously
dies
stronger.
first.
Yeah,
all the time. And sometimes the only one to die. I mean, in Digicross, they have
Is
Black Leomon.
Is it actually called Black Leomon?
Yeah, he's
Are you serious?
like Kuro Leomon.
He's evil. He's Black Leomon, but he gets killed. He's like Team Rocket. He gets killed every episode.
Oh, wow.
So it's just like continuous death. You know?
That's depressing.
Now, granted, I only saw the first 14
Death
episodes.
or deletion?
It's like he dies and then he just somehow is back. Like death has no meaning in the series.
Oh, that's...
God, I hate series like that.
Yeah.
Cough, cough, Dragon Ball, cough, cough.
Naruto's bad, but Dragon Ball's worse. I mean, you just decide I'm done being dead. Like no one brings you back.
Can I get those Dragon Balls already? Shenron comes out. Turn.
It's like, God damn it, I've seen you guys. I freaking brought back this guy 50 billion times. You've jumped through every loophole to bring this guy back again and again and again.
And that's why GT was made.
It's like if he was
But
so good.
GT is not canon. GT is not canon by a lot of people.
It's not canon?
A lot of people say that it isn't because it's Toriyama didn't actually have too much to do with that one.
Because I know after Cell, I think he was done. That's when he wanted to be done.
Yeah, that's what he said.
And then they're like, no.
We're gonna have boo.
Yeah. But yeah, that's Digimon Cross Wars.
Yeah.
Did you guys see any of it?
I no.
Okay, well as your friend, I can't let you guys see it.
You can't let me.
I saw the look of it and I was
If you download it, I'll come to your
like
house
way
and
too cartoony. It
Oh,
just
well,
way
you
too
should probably
cartoony.
delete it.
Like, does it like go away from the almost realistic look of Digimon the 3rd season? Or
I don't know, cause
this
like
one?
okay, the thing was the thing with the first 4 seasons is that those kids were like preteens, right?
Yeah.
Like preteens or teenage
Yeah,
range.
for the most part.
And I don't know, it's like you could kind of tell that they were that age for me. From an artist standpoint, from someone who draws, that's what preteens look like to me in anime, even though you've got like really off anime ages. But we'll go into that some other time.
Yeah, okay.
But like when I look at the art of Cross Wars, all I see are noodle people. And it's just like they're so thin and you've got like these arms that are like legs. And it's like okay, you just like on top of it being hard for me to tell how old you are, you guys are all thin and you guys are all noodly and I feel like I could punch you in the face and you will die. It's like,
like what's her name? Like that episode of Family Guy where it's like, oh, hold on.
That's right.
but yeah, it's like I don't know. I felt like the art for Cross Wars just sort of like it just looked too noodly. That's one of the things that just like nope, I'm not gonna watch this. Like Savers was enough where like the art style for that as opposed to like the previous 4 seasons was that everything was so round and the eyes looked funny and it was just like weird.
Agumon did not look like Agumon.
Agumon didn't look like Agumon. He looked like fatter or
He was
chubbier or
supposed to be
something.
because they're trying to differentiate him from the other Agumon. They're trying to make it seem as
You
different.
can't change Agumon. You
Well, no,
just can't.
he's a a different Agumon because they know that when you see Agumon, you think, oh, Ty's Agumon.
Ty, yeah.
They're trying to get as different from that as possible. So I
Change
thought that
his
too.
color.
I
Change
thought
Change the color or have like
Game
battle
little hand
scars or
thing,
something.
Game
I
little
don't
hand,
know.
a little rap on his hand. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a punk.
Agumon to Vmon was like, you could definitely like differentiate that. Like the color is probably one.
Right, yeah, that was
really
a
big
striking difference.
Yeah.
Sabers was. That's a
Agumon,
whole
that
other.
Agumon was actually a lot larger too.
I thought the
Yeah.
Sabers art was just like, it looked really low budget to me.
The show was low budget. The writers were
Okay,
terrible.
because like.
I need to punch a Digimon Digivolve because I can't learn to do it the right way. You know, it's
Are you
like
serious?
Yeah, that's how.
I
that's how
barely
Sabers
watched
was.
Sabers to begin
Oh
with.
my
he
God.
has to
Oh
punch
my
them
God.
to get
Yes.
their DNA or whatever, and then he uses that to supercharge himself so he can Digivolve.
Yeah.
He can't do it the right way, ever.
I know it's not. It doesn't come with the crest anymore. It doesn't come with the regular Digivice.
Well, they ditched
They
the
did
crest
some
thing back
Digivices
in
as
3,
well.
but
Yeah,
the
but
Digivice
still.
But it's,
thing.
and then all
I'm
the
just
Digimon,
saying.
and they're all ripoffs.
But like the
All of
Digi,
them.
so they lost the Digivice thing,
No, they still have it. It's just
but it doesn't have a point.
no. There's
All
almost
great.
like no point to
I
it.
kind of wish
Yeah.
like they, you know, like when they had the find the crest arc in like the
Yeah.
very first ones. I kind of wish they still had that. Like,
Yeah,
the
they don't
whole-
have
the
that.
whole,
That was
like,
actually
oh
really cool.
courage and friendship
Yeah.
and.
No, they're cutting it down really far to chase now. Like in Sabers,
How many
they just cut it
episodes
down
are
to the
there
main
now?
characters. They had their Sora. They had what's his name? The dude with the
Four
wolf
Sabers?
one, the wolf guy.
Oh
Matt.
yeah, the
They
Matt.
had Sora, Matt, and Ty. They just called different names. They looked a little different, and the Digimon were slightly tweaked.
How many?
It was
Do
really.
you
They
know
have the
how many
greatest one, the wolf and the
episodes
fire guy.
Cross Wars is and all the?
I don't care to know.
Cross Wars. I'll put it this way. I started watching it. First episode,
Pretty hard
10
to
minutes.
do.
I'm sorry, but like
No,
I
it's
just
okay.
couldn't.
It
I
did
couldn't
last
stand it.
more than a season because you said it went
14.
to
No, it-
Wait, Cross Wars?
No,
No,
Cross
there's a
Wars-
sequel to it.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
There's-
Cross Wars actually
the
went all the way
sequel-
until 56.
Wow.
There's
Yeah.
a sequel to Cross Wars though, and that's the one where it's rumored that the old Digimon
Are coming back,
the old
right?
Digidestin are gonna come back.
Thank
Okay,
goodness.
Okay, wait. So
Or,
Digimon Cross Wars gets 56 episodes, but Gundam gets canceled all the time. For real? Like, are we serious?
I guess so. I don't know.
I ain't even
Man.
talk to you, Japan. This is not cool.
Well, we're not aiming this at Japan though.
No, we're
Yeah.
just aiming at
Hi,
everyone.
other Americans.
Other Americans, yes. Hi, other Americans.
Hello, other Americans. All right, so.
But yeah, so
Speaking of Americans,
Speaking of Americans, another topic today is American comic book characters made into anime. For example,
Iron
Wolverine,
Man.
Iron Man, the X-Men, and Blade.
Blade. Okay. Anyone want to start on that? Cause
I don't know. Are we talking like if there's an issue with it? Because there are plenty of issues with it.
I can
pretty
see
sure-
issues on all sides,
I'm
but
pretty sure
Okay.
the people from the Power Comic would like to talk about this.
go
I don't
ahead.
know.
oh, it can go on for a long time. But
Okay,
So are you gonna,
I'll-
are you gonna go or are you gonna let us go
I'll let
first?
you guys go first, and then
Okay,
it'll come back to me.
I'll try to go first. Well, the cool thing about the anime versions of these comic book characters is that some of them come out really well in anime. Like, well, I liked Iron Man when he got animated, I guess. Animated, there we go, animated. Except when he took off the suit because Tony Stark looked a little chubby. He looked a little chubby. Wolverine.
All of our
from-
heroes need to be slim
Wolverine
and fit
from
and hot.
the X-Men anime. No, the Wolverine anime to the X-Men anime. I was like, whoa.
You noticed that? Thank you.
Yeah, it was
Why was
like
there
a
a difference?
radical difference.
I saw-
One was a short,
I saw
hulking
Wolverine.
thing,
I
and the
didn't
other one
see
was like a
X-Men.
normal guy.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Wolverine
Yeah.
in the anime version looked like your average anime hero. Like if I could like equate him to an anime hero, I'd say like grown up Simone in Gurren Lagann. Like that, like kind of lanky, tall, skinny.
Slightly shirtless.
Oh yeah, he goes shirtless a lot.
Slightly
He
shirtless.
goes shirtless a lot.
I bet.
And then you see him in the X-Men anime, and you're just like, when did he take steroids and get shirtless? Did he like?
No one caught that. Like, they
No,
came
I'm
out-
pretty
they
sure
came
people
out with
caught
like-
it. It's just
Well,
that
no, I mean,
like,
they came out within the same year. You would
Yeah.
think that the two teams would be like, hey, we should have it be the same guy.
apparently not.
No, make him big.
I mean, even the American casting crews that did it, they cast two different people for that role for Wolverine.
Because for the anime, for Wolverine the anime, they cast Milo Ventimiglia, and then from Heroes, the guy who played Peter Petrelli, that's Milo Ventimiglia, and for the Wolverine that appeared in the X-Men anime, they gave it back to Steve Blum.
Yes.
Which I don't know why they didn't do in the first
They
place,
should've
because
done
Steve
that.
Blum has been voicing him since ever. As far as I remember, he's the one that voices him in the games, in like certain appearances.
Yeah.
And Steve Blum's been voicing him, so it's like,
And he's been doing
yeah,
a
we're
good
just
job.
gonna make sure people know that this is a separate Wolverine. That's what I feel like it says. I don't know.
How about Blade?
Cause I'm black.
I'm sorry, I don't know much about this.
I look
Okay,
at Kirby Kid as an avid comic book reader.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Not because
Not because
Not
me and
because
Blade
of
are both
any
black. No, I actually like the Blade anime.
Oh, really?
Because, well, like for me, because there's not much out there on Blade, you can't be wrong. I mean, it's not like Iron Man who comes with like decades of backstory where it's like any little thing you get off, it's like, well, that wouldn't happen. With Blade, no one really cares that much because there's not much out on there. I like that he wasn't drawn like the stereotypical black guy in anime where the lips are like this huge and like they have dreadlocks and like they're always like just like big hulking monsters of anger or whatever. And I'm like, hey, he looks like a human. Awesome.
Hey.
I mean, that's a we're coming up in the world, guys.
Yeah.
But I liked it. They pulled it off very nicely, which was really weird because it seems like with the other three animes, Japan doesn't really get the feel, and it's not really their fault because they're not American. So
It's
I mean,
an American thing.
It'd be like if you gave Marvel and told them, hey, make an anime without any Japanese influence. Like, it wouldn't work. You know, they wouldn't get it. Like if they said, okay, make Naruto. It would probably be even worse than what it is now.
Even worse?
I mean, well, what has become anyway? But I mean, it wouldn't work. So I don't hold that against them. But Blade was actually pretty good. The other three, no.
I haven't seen much of the X-Men anime. I need to get into it. Or like I need to get to the bottom of it because I saw the first episode. And you already see Jean Grey and Phoenix Mode already.
Well, yeah, it takes out a part because there's a big part of the X-Men and Marvel storyline in general that takes place in Japan. So they got that part right. Like Wolverine's son is Japanese, half Japanese. So I mean, they got
the one that hates him. The one that's actually biologically related to him.
Yeah, the one that's yeah. And there are mutants in Japan, like Armor. She's in the show. They got some of it right, but like they portray the characters very Japanese. I mean they're Japanese, so why wouldn't they, right? But like for example, Storm. Yeah. Storm is arrogant. She's been hailed as a goddess her whole life. You know, she knows she's not a god now, but she talks down to people a lot. And in the anime, they based off the Halle Berry Storm, which looks awesome. Yeah, but as far as integrity of the character, not so great. I mean,
I always thought Storm was like, I don't know, very ethereal. Like, yeah. Like,
I mean, like in the comic books, they ask her, "Can you cover the sky?" And she's like, "Yeah, I think I can manage that." And she does it in a second. And they're like, "Oh, come on." You know, she's like, "I'm trying to tone it down to your level, guys." But I mean, like when she does things, it's classified as acts of God. That's how great it is. But in the anime, she's like a Japanese schoolgirl. She's like, Logan, Cyclops, no,
Are they
friends?
Are they the same age as they are supposed to
Storm is one of the older X-Men. She is not like 18 or 19.
I thought she'd be older.
Yeah, she's older. She's
so
like
wait,
Professor X's age.
did they make her younger for the anime, or did they just
made
have
her
her
a lot
older
younger.
but just
They made her a lot younger for the anime.
So she's really like 16, even though she's like 600 years old.
No, she's a lot older. Like she's married to Black Panther, who is like older. So yeah.
It'd be crazy if they had this Storm. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, the Mohawk Storm.
Mohawk Storm.
In the 80s, when she went through her little punk phase.
Yeah.
Where she beat up Cyclops with no powers. She's just that much
Cyclops.
She's just like, I'm taking control of the X-Men, and you can't stop me.
I did not like Cyclops in the anime for X-Men.
They looked weird.
Yeah.
The drawing, I mean, they tried, and you know, Madhouse. They do good work, you know, like High School of the Dead, a few other things. They can do good. But it's like, they tried too much to copy the American style, and it just went wrong.
I feel like at this point there are so many iterations of every character that it's like no matter what you do, you're gonna screw it up.
Well, I mean, like you can't ever get it 100% right because, like you said, there are different versions of the character, but there are some major things that are universal. Like with Tony Stark, the first episode of the anime, he's giving out the Iron Man armor.
He just gives it up.
He's retiring.
Retired, yeah.
Tony does it until he dies, and he doesn't give out his armor because there was a long series called Armor Wars where it got stolen and he didn't want it out. So it's like that's a big his whole character is like my tech, me. You know, you can't have
I'm
it.
an asshole.
Right, exactly. And then they have the character who inspired him to become Iron Man, who died, come back as a villain. It's like, first of all, you're
Wait,
dead.
in the anime?
In the anime.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That seems like a very anime move
It's
to
like
do.
that is like a big major. I mean, that's if everything else can be just subjective and change, that's the one thing that you can't change because that's what made him Iron Man. That'd be like changing Batman's backstory. Like he got bored one day. It's like, you know what? I'll be Batman. You know,
it's like, oh, I'm rich, and I have an awesome butler. I should become a Batman now.
Mommy, Daddy, go die.
Pew pew. Okay. Joker, I shall have my revenge on you. Let me sip my brandy. Yeah, you can't do that. Another thing I really wanted in Iron Man is to see an anime version of Peppers.
Wait, she didn't exist?
She was in for one episode.
She was in for one episode.
Like one scene of an episode.
Where was she? I probably
She was in
might have fallen
America.
asleep.
She was still in America. They replaced her with that Japanese chick.
She died!
Yeah. Spoiler alert, yeah, she dies. Sorry.
Spoiler, sorry. I mean,
it just finished airing in America, so if you hadn't seen it, that's your fault. Yeah, it was not good. The only thing they got right with any of it was that Jean Grey becomes Phoenix and leaves. That's about it. Oh, and there's a group called the X-Men. They got that right.
That would be pretty hard to screw up, in all fairness.
And then they have Cyclops being all...
Yeah. See, they had him on emo in like at this point in the storyline.
Wait, he was emo in the anime?
Oh, see, like, cause like, at this point, like he got with Emma Frost, like the hot blonde chick with like the white coat.
I remember her.
Yeah, you remember? Yeah, he got with her at that point, so he was like all manly. Like right now in the comic books, he's awesome, which is really weird because Cyclops sucks.
I'm blessed.
Not as good for her, but like they changed so much of the story to fit it to a Japanese audience. Like Professor X, he has a son who's really powerful, right? Mm-hmm. He didn't know about his son because his ex-wife hid it from him. In this one, they made it so that his ex-wife was Japanese, just randomly.
Hey!
And
Someone's been cheating.
Yeah, right. And it's like
I'm just saying.
They made his ex-wife Japanese, made his son Japanese, which means they had to stay in Japan longer.
I feel like
There's enough storyline with X-Men for them to stay in Japan. Like there's the hand samurai, the hand ninja.
Oh yeah.
That Daredevil heads, Japan. The Raramasa blade, Japan. There's so much they could have done, but they decided, hey, let's change.
I think it's because they didn't do enough research on them, you know?
yeah, it's like research, and at the same time, it's like you could, not as bad, but you can compare it to the same situation as like M. Night Shyamalan whitewashing everyone to make it more marketable
that's
to
their
their audience.
That's a podcast in itself right there.
Okay, guys. But,
It's like, no, but I mean like,
let's try to, no, go ahead.
I don't know, it's like with that thing with like, you make it more marketable by washing them the way you think your audience would like them to be.
Yeah,
like on top of...
It doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
But it's like, maybe they had certain conditions as to how they were going to do it, but I don't know. It's like,
The same thing
obviously it's going to be a problem, but when it comes over here, that's when people are going to complain about
See,
it.
they change things and like they should learn them. One of the reasons why people torrent things is because they like it how it normally is. They don't want to change. I mean, it's like with G Gundam, where it's the God Gundam, Devil Gundam. For the American audiences, they're like, we're going to call it Burning Gundam. Because we think it's less offensive. And it's like, no, I want to see that Gundam. I don't want to see your Gundam. Your Gundam's garbage. You know? Americans stay out of anime, just don't. You know, and vice versa. You know?
I think the only thing they should do is probably sub it.
Not even sub it. Not even sub it. I don't trust them to do that.
We're going to change this term
Right
now. We need to make it more American and less offensive to
And give him
everyone.
a cowboy hat while we're at it.
Right?
America. Okay, Ani-holics. So, what would be like a good way to fix this?
Fix it?
I don't know. You can't.
You can't really fix it.
You can't really fix it because the
let's say
studios are the
they're-
ones that are
I
in charge.
actually have a perfect plan for that.
What?
Do
You
tell us.
give American writers, like you send them from Marvel, send them over to Japan. Japanese animate it, the Americans write it. We're good.
That would be a great fusion.
Yeah.
That would be a great
Because-
feature. So it's like
That would be like.
Japan has the best art style for comic. I mean, for animated things. I mean, that's just how it is. That's just
I know, it's already catching on here.
It's
And-
your cultural
and-
like.
yeah.
That'd be so like.
at the very least, that would
cultural exchange.
having American writers would probably make it a little more like exposed. Cause my issue, like my personal issue, is that I haven't seen much of these anime comics made into anime because they're not on like main channels.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they're not on main channels because they're anime.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you're gonna bring, okay, it's basically, we're playing like hot potato, where the potato is the comic, and we're throwing it at Japan, and we're saying throw it back so that we can air it, but nobody's watching it because it's not on a network that everyone can watch.
Yeah.
So it's like,
But, yeah.
I hate that.
It would be so much better with American writers because and it's really weird. American writers have a better view of other countries than other countries do of America. Because like when you see
Everyone hates
when you see Americans,
Yeah, that's true.
when you see Americans and like
guys.
Japanese things, it's always stereotypical. But like when you read the comic books, Marvel comics about them in Japan, they did a lot of research to make sure that when they're in
They
Japan,
got it right.
it is accurate. You know, a bunch they can. They have the honorifics and all that stuff. But when you see Japan try to do America, it's people with cowboy hats, boxing, surfing.
Gang gang.
So, but I mean, it's.
Hitalia America with eating all the junk food.
Oh, God.
But the idea that I have has been done because Stan Lee had a manga in Shonen Jump
Thank goodness.
where he wrote it, but they drew it.
Are you talking
Yeah.
about? Are you talking about Kuridoji Ultimo?
Yeah, ultimately, yeah.
You don't like
You
it?
don't like
No, I mean I like it, I love it, but the issue with that is that it's like it doesn't seem like something Stan Lee would write.
it? Right. He was trying to get out of
It's
this.
like and even
trying
on
to
the
get out
on
of
the
his
covers
comfort
of the
zone.
actual manga that I saw
Mhm.
over at Barnes and Noble, it's concept. It's what it says under the credits is concept by Stan Lee, not
Yeah.
that he wrote it. It's just like so. Exactly how much involvement he had is kind of.
Well, I mean, it's like how Stan Lee created Hulk and all those other people.
Yes.
He's not like involved in every aspect of it, but.
But yeah, it's like I love Karakuri Doji Ultimo or Tower. I'm just gonna call it Ultimo. But like a lot of people are like Stan. Like a lot of people that I've shown this to, it's like, oh, but Stan Lee came up with it. They're like, Stan Lee didn't come up with this, and it's like, is it because it's a manga that you're saying that, or are you just? What's your deal with it? Why don't you believe that Stan Lee could have come up with this?
Did you read any of it?
I've read it. I've read what I've seen on the shelves.
I didn't read it because he sold Marvel to Disney, so I didn't.
The eternal grudge.
I'm happy now because now they have just unlimited funds to spend on Marvel. So I was like, you sold out. I mean, I know you're like 80 something, but you sold out.
Marvel Land. Marvel
Oh,
Land.
dude, if they have that or Marvel's in the next Kingdom Hearts, that'd be freaking amazing.
Woo,
Imagine
man.
walking through a store and just have the Hulk, like, yeah.
I don't know. At this point, even in Kingdom Hearts, oh my God, we're going so off topic. But at this point in
That's
Kingdom
right,
Hearts,
we'll put a pin on it.
the
Don't worry.
Disney
Yeah,
part
it's
of it is barely there. Like it was cool at first in the first game, but when you get to the second game, you can tell that the worlds are just there because that's what they were promised. This is where the Disney people are, and Sora's gonna go through these worlds interacting with all these Disney people, and that's where like a lot of people found the appeal in the first game.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like in the second one they just threw it in there just because it's like that's what we had the concept for in the first one, so we might as well just keep going through with it, even though they have nothing to do with the story. Because if you read the story, if you play through the story, none of the characters actually have, none of the Disney characters at least, actually have like a main involvement, just Mickey, and even then Mickey's just sort of like, spell, I'm gonna revive Sora.
He's only
At
there
random.
when you fail to be good.
When you completely
He's
fail.
like, don't worry, guys, I got this.
I got this. I'm gonna give you guys time to resurrect
The
Sora.
strongest character in all fiction, Mickey Mouse.
So,
All Alright, so we're gonna put a pin on that. And now,
Talk about that next time.
talk about that next time. We will continue.
Speaking of good and bad.
Speaking of good and bad, speaking of cleaning materials, bleach. So
There are.
So who would like to go first? I have a sort of
Well,
like
first of all,
giant
let's
rant
kind
on
of
this.
if no one knows what's going on in the manga, well, I'm very sorry. Nothing's going on anyway.
You ain't
Okay.
missing- you ain't missing
like
nothing.
for a brief recap for the people who haven't been reading, it's like that arc with execution. If you guys don't even know what that is, it's okay. They're done already.
what?
This group called execution, all that crap, was basically a way for Kubo to give Ichigo back his powers. And
That was
even-
really it.
and even it wasn't even really a good way because execution didn't last.
Not
And
at all.
No.
the
they
point
didn't.
of like that entire arc was let's give Ichigo's powers back at a point where he's in a really desperate situation, at a point where he might die. And he created this group for that, and basically all of that is done. Ichigo has his powers back, and they declared a 3-week hiatus on Bleach.
And he got new powers to get his old powers back, and they took away his new powers.
Did they?
Yeah, remember it got taken by all the other people.
Oh.
They had to take it back.
Yeah, so he got new powers just as a bridge to get to his back to his old powers, and then they took the bridge away. So now he's stuck on the island of Getsuga Tensho. Over and over again. And I mean, like, they hyped up, like, the Fullbringers for, like, what, like almost half a year?
About half
They
an hour.
hyped up, and then at the first sign of trouble, they just got walked all over by the captains. They're
Yeah,
like,
they
stop
really
it,
did.
stop it, come on.
I
Yeah.
know.
You're human.
Because the arc itself lasted about a year.
Yeah.
Because I remember Bleach coming back and like going through that entire arc, and then that point where it is now where it's on hiatus, and I'm just thinking this happened before, and it's barely been a year since this whole pause between the arc thing happened. So it's like, I don't know, what do you guys think of the
This whole
arc
hiatus,
or
the
like the arc or like Bleach or whatever? What do you think is
it's
going on?
repetitive.
Very
Very repetitive. We've already, like you said earlier, we've seen this before, and what's gonna happen is probably, like, I don't know, like we were talking about in the car, Kirby Kid, and we were like, you know what could happen, or what's probably gonna happen? Hell arc and a Soul King arc, and end of series, and that's it.
There was a Hell arc in
Yeah, that was
the
Hell.
recent movie.
Yeah, that was Hell chapter.
Ah, okay.
Now I don't know if they're gonna refer to it again or anything, but
I don't think so. Kubo likes to deny that one because apparently for that movie, the studio asked for a bunch of ideas. Kubo threw them at them, and in the end, they decided not to go with any of his ideas.
wow.
I don't know, but Kubo was like apparently pissed at that. But he was like, basically, it was just like, I'm gonna ignore it. And I don't know. I guess the fans who didn't like the movie are ignoring it too.
There was one good thing about the arc, though. It explained how Chad and Norihime got their powers. I mean, it makes sense.
With
rather
like
than just
how they
being-
actually got stronger.
Oh, yeah.
You know
yeah.
how Chad's item is his skin, which is a cop out. Total cop out.
Is it really?
He couldn't think of an
I don't
item. He's like,
remember.
okay, the coin or the necklace didn't really come into play. It's a skin. His skin's important to him.
That could have been the
Is that
necklace.
really
I'm
it? I
serious.
don't remember anymore.
That's why
It should've been the necklace.
his
Yeah,
item is
it
his
really
skin because he's always so tough and that's how he always fights. Whatever, it's like his skin.
So it's just because he's dark.
Exactly. He
Born
has
and
raised
raised in
dark.
Mexico.
right, and then like Orihime, had the little thing that little clip that made sense. That made
Yeah.
that made
That
total
makes
sense.
perfect sense.
Yeah, so that makes sense why humans can do things, you know, I guess. And Ichigo just happens to just be one as well, because he's everything.
So
He's everything but a
Ichigo-
Quincy. Everything but a Quincy.
Next thing
I like how
you
they. Oh no!
Yes,
No.
he's gonna be shooting arrows like
No.
crazy.
No. If there's anything that I think Kubo is good at, I think it's like sticking the characters to their own weapons. I think, like,
Yeah.
I feel like
There's a whole
if
lot
there's
of-
anything that Kubo is like
No, there was.
really, really good at, it's that like once he comes up with the character, he doesn't change their base too much, but at the same time that's a total weakness because he can't come up with much character development other than like exposing their past.
Yeah.
It's like once you know what the deal is with them, nothing else happens.
Why is the best part of Bleach about what happened before Bleach?
I don't know.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like
Like-
the past arcs where they talk about
Oh,
like,
okay.
before. All the best parts of Bleach happened before the show started.
Well, it's
Yeah.
pretty funny because, like, you know, we're getting to, like, you know, like almost 2012 12 now, and then a lot of people have been doing prequel arcs to like a lot of things, like Gare Zero, Fate Zero. What else is there?
Yeah, it's like I feel like
Turn back the
if they
pendulum
can't
weird.
if they can't come up with something new right away, they're just gonna be like, we're gonna backtrack a little bit.
Kind of explain the
Precariously
story
bad.
that was in there.
Yeah.
He said, oh yeah, stuff did happen, huh? You should probably explain how that happened.
I don't know. I guess the question now with Bleach is like, A, where do you think it's gonna go, and B, why is it so bad?
Right?
Yeah, it's like what made the
It's
Save Rukio arc so good
It's like what-
compared to everything else?
Well,
Yeah, it's like how is
was-
it? What made it dwindle?
Yeah.
Really, in quality.
Well, if you think about it, the reason why the Seibuki arc was so good was because everything was new.
yeah.
We didn't know Kenpachi
Yeah,
was
it's like-
amazingly
Right.
strong.
Like
Yeah.
Genki Potential was new. We're like,
Yeah.
wow, it's
What?
cool.
Yeah.
Now I've seen about 1,000. It's kind of old.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
Rasengan.
It's like it's like the wind scar.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he also just kind of like used it for like it was really powerful.
Let's
for
cut down
one
a
point.
tree. Wind scar.
It's like the door stuck. Wind scar. Look, a butterfly. Wind scar.
And that's it. You know?
Yeah.
And you remember how he was going crazy off of that
Yeah.
too. And
And they've got retcon syndrome where they keep taking his power from him.
Ichigo?
He was really strong at the Seibuki arc, and then afterwards he said, oh, his bones can't take the speed, so now he's slower. Okay, so he goes to that arc. He beats Aizen. Oh, now you lose your powers forever.
Completely.
Oh, and your badge is taking all your energy from you.
the
Stop
whole time,
resetting him.
the whole time.
I don't know. The badge thing, I thought that was a great twist on Kubo's part.
Yeah, that was good.
But when he went back and said Ichigo made that choice to
Keep it.
and keep serving the Soul Society in his
He
way,
didn't
that was like a giant smack to the face. Like, I remember when that chapter came out, my friend and I, like, when that chapter, when the badge stuff came out, with like, oh, it's actually sucking your power out, me and my friend who, like, we actively try to text each other. We kind of have this weird race thing where we try to text each other and be like, whoever reads the chapter first is like, who must be control again? That's literally our race sort of thing where we just sort of like race each other to text each other that. When that stuff about the badge came out, we were texting each other, Kubo's making sense. Oh my god, what's happening? What's going on? What is this crap? And then that next chapter where Ichigo's like, yo, I made the choice. I made the choice to serve the Soul Society in my way, even though I knew that this was happening to me. It was like, you wasted so much there, Kubo. You wasted an opportunity right there.
The badge sapped his intelligence as well. It's like, when he was talking about it, they're like, dude, it's so awesome that Ichigo's so stupid that he's keeping the badge even though he knows what you know, it's like I'm so glad he's dumb.
serving Soul Society.
And it's like, dude, like everyone, like your dad, your friends, everyone knew that you're a retard. You know, it's like,
It's kind of it.
and now you know, and you're like, oh, I'm a retard, yay. You know,
I mean,
it's
how
like-
long has he been in school?
Well, technically, this was like his
Technically,
last
he's a
semester.
He's a senior now in high school because after that 17-month time skip.
We were
he's-
still stupid as seniors in high school. We all know that.
But like,
That's
if,
true.
if someone gave you like a folder or whatever that it said keep on you at all times that was absorbing your life energy, would you be like,
Okay, it wasn't life
Keep
energy
it.
in all fairness. It was just.
it's just
power.
it's just the reality that keeps you alive during a fight.
If you want me to be completely honest, I'd keep it anyway if I got to like perks, you know, the perks of the awesome powers, like.
But you know what's the difference between Ichigo when he fought Byakugan for the first time versus Ichigo when he was later on. Like he couldn't do anything.
That's true.
He struggled against everyone.
Yeah.
Like you saw the biggest difference when he fought Yami the first time they saw Aron cars. He got his butt whooped.
Yeah.
I don't know, I feel like
Punch in
that
the face,
Yeah, it's like-
grab, thrown down.
And like the week before, he was trashing captains.
Well, I feel like that's true.
One week later.
In all fairness, it was 2 captains and 3 vice captains, and the 3 vice captains were in 10 seconds. No, 4 vice captains if you include Renji, but the 3 vice captains were like in 10 seconds.
You don't include Renji, he's terrible.
I'm sorry.
I like Renji.
Hey, he beat his own Sanbok too.
Yeah.
That's filler. It doesn't count. It is not canon.
He's less failed than Zellybar. Which is
No.
I don't know. I mean, like the thing with Bleach isn't like Kubo's weakness, and I will say this now, I don't know if like any of you who read Bleach or watch Bleach know this, but Kubo kind of went into the series not knowing what he was gonna do, because when he killed Aizen the first time, from that point in the series, he didn't know he was gonna bring Aizen back. He didn't know he was gonna make Aizen the big bad. He didn't know he was gonna make Aizen this total jerk-ass troll that would like rise to mimetic statuses instantly. Like, he didn't know that. And Kubo even says, like, when people ask him, why are there an enormous amount of characters in your work? Kubo said that his inspiration when he can't think of anything is to make a buttload of characters. And that's why, like, it passed for the whole rescue Rukia arc because you know there was something behind Rukia. You know there was something behind her. It worked the first time. With the Arrancar, it was less passable because you had Aizen going to Hueco Mundo and basically saying, I'm going to turn a bunch of hollows into a Arrancar because I can with the Hogyoku.
Yeah.
And then the execution arc rolls around and it's just like, what? Why are there more characters? Why are these powers existing that we didn't even know existed, even though these people claim to have been living in Karakura Town forever?
Really quick,
I know.
You just brought up a good point about Aizen. So it's like...
He's been incarcerated for the past year.
That whole arc. So like with the whole Rukia thing, she was imprisoned because she made a human into Shinigami, right? So just keep that in mind. Fast forward a few years later. There was one before Ichigo, correct? They gave him a badge. He worked for Soul Society. So if it's happened before, did you kill that person too? Like that Shinigami? It's like, I mean, it's...
I don't know, presumably that would have happened because their issues with the whole substitute Shinigami thing was that Ginjo kind of fucked up his last job. Sorry.
But it's like
the coarse language.
They act like it was the first time it's ever happened that a human got Shinigami powers. That's what it seemed like, right?
Well, I think it's just the first time that anyone that powerful would have.
I think it was like...
Maybe it's the first time in a long time.
I think it was just like the first time it's happened since the Ginjo incident, so of course they'd be worried that that particular substitute...
Yeah, but Ginjo's not even that much older. I don't know. He looks like he's in his...
You never know how old anyone is. Look at Toshiro. Yeah. He's like forever years old. Forever years old. I don't know.
One thing that's...
It's my birthday. How old are you? I'm forever.
Infant age.
Or like age infinity.
That must be complicated to make on a birthday cake.
That's a weird candle too. It's like, where's the flame at? Like.
No, you take an 8 and you just put it sideways. Instead of standing it up, you put it sideways.
So what's killing me is why is this getting replaced by Cooks?
Yeah.
Oh,
you know, I haven't even looked at that arc at all. Or like, not arc, sorry, that whole anime itself. I haven't
once
even
again,
looked at
in case you people don't know, there's a new shonen, a manga rolling around called
Toriko, yeah.
Toriko. And the premise of the series is basically eat everything.
With Dragon Ball.
Eat everything. Inspired by Dragon Ball.
I will eat everything!
You know that's gonna happen at some point, probably.
Yeah, it's probably gonna happen when they dub it. If they dub it, I hope they don't.
Please don't dub it.
No, they're gonna dub it. You know they are.
Oh yeah,
it's a shonen. It's a shonen, and like every shonen manga,
shonen makes it here.
Animes are made. They just are. Without fail.
It's probably gonna be on 4Kids.
No.
I'm calling it right now. Right now, it's gonna be done by 4Kids.
Well, Funimation sure as heck isn't gonna do it.
I know it's.
Well, I don't know. A lot of the Viz stuff. Yeah, Viz Media handles a lot of the Shonen Jump stuff. So.
True.
Oh yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah,
maybe.
their logo is on the magazine.
That's true. All big.
Bam.
You know what Toriko reminds me of? I don't know if you guys seen this. I don't know if the viewers have seen this, but it was a show that was on Channel 11, probably like 6+ years ago, and it was called Fighting Foodons.
Oh.
Do I want to know?
No, you don't want to remember it. How about that?
It's kind of...
Maybe that's why I don't remember.
it would air right before Shaman King, and that's why I would watch it because it would go right before Shaman King, and then it was just so weird. You have like these cooks, and they make food, and then they make these dishes fight each other through some magical power.
So,
Wait, so is it like
Pokemon?
It's like Pokemon with food, exactly.
so like
my God.
how weird are we talking? Is it like One Piece weird or like bo weird? Okay, that's
Bo to infinity.
That is
man.
like out there.
Yeah, like one of the fighting characters was called Fried Ricer, and then
Oh my
another
God.
one was called Rapscallion.
wait, let me guess. Fried Ricer was Asian and Rapscallion was a black guy.
No, Rapscallion was not a black guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was a missed opportunity right there.
It's okay. It's okay. But like whenever they come at it, like they would act just like Pokemon. They'd be like Fried Ricer, like every time they were about
Oh
to.
my God.
Like.
I don't know, at this point you can't say act like Pokemon because it's like the yelling thing is just a part of anime. No matter how, no matter what, yelling is part of
But
anime.
constantly screaming your name as you fight.
Okay,
That's
that
kind of
yes.
annoying.
Yes.
That's how Fried Ricer was. Or well, that's how Fighting Foodons was. In yeah. But anyways, okay, let's look past this Toriko business.
Yeah, speaking of terrible anime that we'll never see again, Megaupload is gone, which means we'll probably never see any anime ever again.
Any
Yeah.
anime.
Well, you won't be able to download
It won't be as easy because
Yeah.
now that they're down, FileSonic and FileServe are all getting scared.
And pretty much almost every other,
Yeah.
torrent site or like upload site will pretty much be on that
They're gonna be on guard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone's pretty
A
much
while.
on guard now.
Yeah.
Now, like, this would be a perfect time to just have like a little thumbnail on our podcast, and then just put on "I will remember you," and it's gonna have Mega Upload. Like,
2005.
Watch it happen. Jin will make it happen somehow.
Somehow.
Someone will make it.
But why did it get shut down though? Because it's like they told you they're not responsible for any content you upload, and as soon as they found out that something was bad, they did take it down. That's how it went for years.
Yeah.
I don't understand, why they got shut down.
Because of SOPA. People,
But it didn't pass.
even if it didn't pass, people started looking
FBI
at it.
just
Yeah.
sort of got.
Yeah, wasn't
on
like
it.
one of the things for Zopa like, like if you're not gonna let us pass, at least let's take down Mega Upload or no?
No, it wasn't that. It's just that when SOPA appeared, or well, I guess when it was known to the public, people started looking at it at like different websites that do stuff like that, and they're like, Mega Upload is kind of doing that.
Yeah,
Maybe we should
money off
keep
too.
a look at it. Keep an eye on it.
So it was just like the wrong place at the wrong
Yeah,
time.
wrong place, wrong time, and it was kind of
Well, there
coincidental.
was a
in
previous
way.
incident back in 2010 supposedly, but I'm not sure
It's kind of like with
if that ties
One Mega.
into what happened.
Yeah, it's like
One Mega got to the top 10 non-porn sites on the internet, and they're like, oh hey look, they're making money. Goodbye. It's
oh hey look, it's not porn. Goodbye. There is a mega, there's a mega site specifically for that.
Yeah.
Like, we'll not talk about this.
Wait, what?
But yeah, it's like I had an account Mega Upload that I used to pay for. I mean, thank God it ran out before this happened because I would have been really mad. But it was a good. Mega Upload was a good site for things other than pirating anime and music. Like for sharing files and stuff. I don't know why they did that. I guess they just really wanted to make an example out of somebody.
I think so.
To show the
That
name
might have
of
been
the
that might have been the reason too.
It's like a
Yeah.
shock factor.
They wanted to
Yeah.
pick a name that people would be afraid of. Like
Yeah, it's
Mega
like just
Upload
because-
crap.
Like, they still need to make an example, especially since SOPA didn't pass. And just so you know, guys, there's something new out there called ACTA. You guys better be informed
Wait,
and
what?
stop it. It's
It's
ACTA.
ACTA.
I can't.
ACTA?
What does it stand for?
I don't know.
It's great.
It's bad for the internet, people.
Anything
Vote against it.
with four-letter
God.
abbreviations
It's bad.
are bad.
Yeah,
So
sopas, peepas, actors, actors. I just backed on
ACTA. ACTA. SOPA, PIPA, and ACTA.
Okay.
Keep this stuff from passing, people. But
Yes.
yeah, ACTA is basically the new SOPA.
Yeah.
Crap.
Yeah,
Is
so
it by the same guy too?
I'm not sure.
Everyone, black out your tumblers like on the sopa day. I know I did.
Tumblers or whatever you guys go on. I
You know,
mean,
like if there's like a bad thing for dig, like I don't know. Yeah, I haven't been on dig in a while, but like you know how you dig stuff. Like there's like a reverse dig, like pile on or something.
Pile on.
But
Yeah.
it's scary though. Like sites
Thumb
that love
Thumb
just
down.
going like like I frequent Naruto forums, which is like one of the biggest sites out there. The guy who owns it makes millions off of it because he sells people passes to get into download anime. I don't know how he's gotten away with that all these years, but I mean the site got so big that Viz Media asked the site, "Can we have the name forums.narutofan back?" They asked him for the name,
Wow.
and I'm like, really? Like you have to ask him? It's like, don't you own Naruto? But
It's like, so you've come back.
yeah, I knew y'all be back. But you know, it's
How
like
you like them apples?
nowadays you have no idea when the site's gonna go down.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
treasure
Because
your
Megaupload came out of nowhere. You
Yeah.
know?
treasure your internet, people. Like I know that in other places people aren't as fortunate as us to have like free internet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, not really free, but you know,
well, you know, well,
able to
free
use
free,
internet.
yeah, like
Yeah, freely.
Some
yeah, to
companies,
use it freely, not
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
some companies are being good about the anime thing though. Like in your paper or article you just wrote for on the site.
Paper.
Okay, I know it's cool. That article you just wrote.
We're in school mode, people. Sorry.
Yeah, the article you just wrote about the Megaupload thing talked about how Funimation,
Yeah,
and
Funimation-
Crunchyroll are making it more available for you.
Yeah, so basically, what Funimation is doing, thankfully, they're licensing anime a lot faster than they used to.
Oh yeah.
And so basically, what they would do with a paid subscription,
Yeah.
Yeah, just like Crunchyroll.
The lead subscription viewer, something like ESV or something like that.
yeah, something like that.
I saw it on the Funimation channel, and I was like, oh my god, I really want to get this, but I don't like it. But
Yeah, I know.
Like,
It's really cheap. It's just like Netflix. It's $8 a month. You know.
which is really crazy because they come out like unlike Netflix, where it's just like, oh, you either get a subtitled one or a dubbed one.
Yeah,
In this one, you get both, and it's just so crazy. Like
it's really convenient too.
it's so
You know?
convenient. I
And-
love it.
And the best thing about it is that after it's aired in Japan, give it
It's
about
coming-
an hour
yeah.
or so, and it'll
It's coming
sub
straight
right
here,
away.
yeah.
Summer simulcast now, like Shakugan no Shana.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Simulcasted.
Yeah, they already have subtitles,
Yep.
Oh.
like right when it's shown.
Oh wow, that's
So
wonderful.
it's real. Yeah, it's
And
definitely.
the subs don't suck, which is weird.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Right?
Funimation. They've been doing this for years now.
Yeah, but like some of their subs aren't.
I mean,
That's
4Kids
great.
has been doing it for years, and they have sucked for years. You know?
They just went down in quality.
But yeah,
Like
I remember
worse. They
when
got
I
from bad to
was
worse.
I remember
Gosh.
when I was looking at Funimation.tv, and I was tipped off on a new anime that was supposed to be sort of kind of like Steins Gate. It's called Chaos Head, probably same maker, and I was like, oh, okay, I want to watch it. And then they're actually coming out with, like, you get the newly released dub straight from Funimation there, and you get the newly released subtitles. And you know they already finished it, but then of course because they have to dub it.
Right.
But it's just crazy how you can. It's just so good. I don't know. Why am I such a Funimation fan, guys?
Because you have the
Because you have
Funimation
the-
channel.
Yeah.
I know. I watch anime 24/7, even though they're reruns. But like, I stay up until like 2 o'clock in the morning watching.
Just go on the site, man. Just watch it from there.
Hey, I'm really tempted to go ahead and buy a subscription.
Alright, well,
I love Funimation. I love you guys so much. Sorry, I hope I work under you guys one day. But yeah, I love you guys.
No,
so
seriously
much.
though, like they are, you know, it's a great company,
It's-
and they do it so well
Yeah.
nowadays. You know, I
I
mean,
think that's
before,
why they're one of the ones that are like really lasting.
and it's still there.
And now that
It's still there, and I
still
think
around.
they're thriving in my
now that
opinion.
Bandai is
Oh yeah, now that Bandai's gone, we only have what?
I'm not
anime-
sore about that at all though. You know,
Fun-
I didn't cry for like 5 days after that. I didn't
Yeah.
cry.
It's okay.
Yeah,
A little bit. I cried a
So
little
who
bit.
do we have still standing?
So we have
Netflix,
Aniplex,
Viz,
Funimation.
Viz Media,
Funimation.
Funimation,
4Kids.
4K.
It's like and 4 kids.
Is Geneon and Gynax both gone now?
Geneon is actually part of Funimation now.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
they're not still there,
They
but
got
Gynax
absorbed.
is just gone.
Well, wait, which one?
Gynax.
Gainax?
Gainax is gone?
Yeah, I think they're gone, aren't they?
Maybe they
At least
just
in
fused
America.
with-
At least in
maybe
America.
they
I
fused
think
with
Gainax
another
has
one.
been gone.
Yeah, they've been gone for a while, right? Yeah.
Man.
They probably just fused with
man.
another
I think
There were like a
company.
lot
Yeah.
of studios in Texas, which is where Funimation is based, and
Yeah.
Funimation basically absorbed all of them, as far as I know.
They're like, "Mwah."
And I think
It's like, you need
I'm not sure
us.
if ADV Films is or was its own company.
Yeah, it's its own company.
But I feel like Funimation is trying to absorb them too. If
Also,
that hasn't already happened, because I read a news article where like Funimation is butting heads with ADV over something,
Also,
and it's like I feel like assimilation, assimilate now.
I know, it's like Relinquish from Yu-Gi-Oh, guys.
It's like, oh.
But
Oh, my power.
I know,
Yikes.
Marvelous Entertainment also got sucked into to Funimation, I think. I'm not sure. I just remember seeing the Gunslinger Girl dubs on with the Funimation flag on there, so I was just like, But yeah, I mean, like, it's a double-edged sword. Like, we have a possible
like-
monopoly of
Yeah, it's
Funimation.
like it's
As long as I
great.
get it for free, I don't care.
It's great that
Okay.
some distributors
Yeah.
are taking all these licenses and they're getting all these companies, but it's like, and this is something I discussed with the others before. The only issue with like one company taking everything, or like only two companies taking everything, is that you've got the same voice cast.
Yeah.
It
True.
constantly, like
We need new people.
like Funimation and Viz, or I don't know. I guess if they're
Funimation,
their own.
Annie, Viz.
Yeah, Funimation, Ani, and Viz, like, when they do stuff, they really limit themselves to the people that are in the area. Like, for example,
Please come here.
So if you
Yeah.
be like, hey, look, they're down the street, let's just get them.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
like,
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 um,
Bandai, when they did, like, Gurren Lagann, it's like, when they did, okay, Gurren Lagann and Eureka 7, you got Stephanie Shea on both of those, you got,
Yeah.
like, this person on both of those, you got, you know,
Yuri? Was Yuri in there?
I think so.
Doesn't matter.
I know
It was
Yuri-
awesome.
I know Yuri was first considered for Renton.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. He sounds so much like Renton.
Yeah, but like
yeah.
it's the same thing with Funimation, where you've got like some of the big names that always show up, or
Yeah.
like, well, crap. Now I can't think.
Jay
of it.
Tates,
Okay,
Brina Palencia.
J. Michael Tatum, Brina Palencia, and wow, I'm like screwing up the names.
Other people are like.
Um,
I
I
know.
know.
Sorry.
Sorry, our inner voice actor
No,
nerd is like
it's
hard
okay.
out
The
there.
pretty,
Voice actor
the pretty
nerd.
red robot kill things. That's all I Speaking of robot,
Yeah, but it's like.
let's
But yeah, it's like that's my only issue if like two companies or like two or three companies take up the entirety
That's
of the
what
anime
happened.
stock.
Yeah, we
It's-
talked about how that happened at Trigun Badlands Rumble.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like once Funimation picked up the Trigun movie, even though they tried to reach out to the voice actors,
The original.
the original voice
Voice
actors,
actors.
because they were in different parts of the country, like they'd have to pay for like flying out to Funimation Studios and like stay until they finish recording and then do that, and then like because of all of that they need to pay them more or something
Yeah.
like that. So because they don't want to fly in those original voice actors, they just stuck to the people that were like in that area, and that's
They
like
had to replace the original Wolfwood, which is a
he
shitty.
dies anyway.
no, shut up.
Shut up!
In my fantasy, he exists.
And he stays with Millie and have gigantic children. Because we all know Millie's freaking big.
All right, well, that's a perfect segue into our last thing. Our weekly matchup. You mentioned Gurren Lagann, so let's throw him into one.
What?
If it's talking about like
Gurren Lagann.
We need another robot that's just as crazy and full of plot holes as Gurren Lagann is.
Evangelion.
Oh, okay.
What?
Evangelion is.
Oh, all right.
CJ Cart, I mean, whatever that purple monster thing is.
All right.
Red-haired chick.
I think I heard Evangelion Unit 1.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know who said that.
I don't know who said
Yeah,
that.
because Unit
said
0
that?
and 2 are crap. And
Yeah, they really
3
are
got
garbage.
killed.
They really are garbage. Even though like one was newer and better.
Somehow.
All right,
3
so
sucked.
we'll start with K. Who do you think would win?
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't watch much of Gurren Lagann.
Okay, well I will say you think
barely-
Gurren Lagann then.
No, I didn't watch. Okay, well you can say that, but I watched Evangelion. I've watched a little more of Evangelion than I've seen of Gurren Lagann. I don't know. The Evas like scare the
frick out of me.
Yeah.
They scare the living heck out of me because they rip apart things.
Nah, that's just Shinji being.
That's just that one. That one is
Shinji
kind of
in rage mode.
The power of teenage angst combined with mother issues kind of apparently leads you to destroy otherworldly beings that are coming to the earth to kick everyone's butt.
Yup.
And you know what's in Unit 1, right? What's powering it?
It's the mother soul
It's
thing
a
or
mom,
whatever.
yeah.
Oh.
Have you ever pissed off at a mom? It's just like that.
You hurt my child.
They, they eat your heart like. "Ah."
Well, I forgot which angel was the one that Shinji was actually eating. I forgot which one.
Oh, the one with the noodle arms and lasers.
Was it the noodle?
Yeah, it was like. Yeah. It was like.
Oh,
cutting,
yeah.
Yeah, it was cutting people's like.
Let's just say it didn't last and be done with
Basically,
it.
Unit 1 is the world's greatest soccer mom.
Oh my god.
Soccer mom that is not a soccer mom, just
Soccer
the
mom
soccer
is-
mom spirit.
Soccer mom spirit.
Yeah.
Alright.
You've seen a little bit of both,
So
right?
I guess I don't know. I guess
Well,
Oh wait.
I don't know. I guess Evangelion would be my vote in that, but don't kill me for it
It's okay.
because I haven't seen a bit of
It's a safe vote.
It's
Go
a
with go with the regenerating, all-powerful nuclear beast of death.
Freaking
Sorry.
300% synchro.
Right.
What the hell? Okay.
Alright.
Your turn.
sorry, I'm gonna have to, I'm with K on this one.
Oh my god!
I'm fans of both, so it doesn't
No,
matter.
no,
I'm
'cause like,
fans of both.
I'm gonna be honest. Like I said, like her, I didn't watch Gurren Lagann as much as I did with Ava, and so I'm gonna have to pick Ava just because that's the only one I've seen. Well,
Not to say that Gurren Lagann is a bad series.
Yeah, yeah,
We're
I'm
not
not
saying that.
No, no, we're
we
not
haven't
saying-
tried too much of it.
we're
so
not
it's just
saying
In
like,
that's
the,
a
in the
bad thing.
battlefield, we're talking about the
Yeah.
characters.
Yeah,
and not
I mean,
talking
like,
about the
it's-
anime.
Yeah.
They're
we're not-
both awesome.
Right.
Okay, so
They were both
maybe
awesome.
maybe you guys can enlighten us
The
on
issue
what
with
you
this
think
is
the
that,
best.
like,
Okay, so
Jin
let's
and I
cut
aren't
here.
just like
Yeah,
informed.
yeah,
so,
yeah.
You know what? We're gonna go.
yeah,
Okay,
Jin and I are not as informed, so we can't make as objective opinions.
So these will not be counted.
Yeah, these names over here.
Oh,
Oh
ouch,
wow,
ouch,
wow.
ouch.
Okay, you know what? We're gonna go home.
We're gonna go
Who's gonna edit our crap? This is an AA meeting. Now sit your ass down.
AA meeting, yeah, that doesn't make me feel like I'm being up against my will at all.
This room is a whore. So pull up a chastity belt and sit down. Thank you.
Okay.
You didn't even say
So
Well,
inform.
I'm
Inform us now.
I'm kind of conflicted because
Yeah, it's hard.
Gurren Lagann's the whole basis of it is that as long as you want to win, you win. Like it's kind of like willpower.
While
You know,
Ava is like
Kind of the same thing though.
"Thanks."
Because
Basically, there's a
because
range.
Gurren Lagann's kind of like a hero robot. I saw Evangelion the whole series
It's a-
when I was 8 years old.
Yeah.
Oh, that must have
that must
ruined.
have scarred you.
Evangelion is the one series that if you look at my room, I have nothing of Evangelion in my room. I can't have it in my room. I can't sleep with that near me. You know, it's like
I know what to get you for your birthday.
Unit 1. But
Not
like,
even Ray or
No.
Not even
nothing.
no,
Because
no,
it
no.
reminds me of.
It's
I mean,
just
because Ray ends up
Unit
killing the
1.
human race, so she's
Yeah.
like the ultimate death dealer.
True, but
But Unit 1, like, cause like Gurren Lagann will make you smile. Unit 1 will scar you for your life.
Yeah.
Like you don't want, like even though it's on your side, you don't want it on your side. Like, I don't want you to exist.
Yeah, it's like death.
Yeah, it's like that.
It's like death. Like if you have death by your side, awesome. You can like slay your enemies.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
then
at
you
the
have
same
death by your
Right,
side.
you know, it's like you rip its arm off. It has no power. It's like oh, it can't possibly live. And it's like no, I decided to fight. It's like there's a scene in Evangelion where he was absorbed by this black sphere,
Yeah.
and they thought he was dead, and he just busts out of it.
Yeah.
Without the blood.
Yeah.
everywhere.
Oh my god.
And he jumps down, and I made an A and B called Raining Blood today. It was actually really awesome. But he was just standing there with blood, and he's like just screaming, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that's what he is. Okay, because the first few episodes of Evangelion, you think it's all nice. Oh, okay, they're fighting.
Yes, you know your usual mecha versus alien.
Yeah,
anime.
and then it goes devil on you, and you're like, whoa.
Talk about deconstruction.
But I think I'm gonna say as long as it's Eva Unit 1 before he becomes God, because he does become an actual God at a point.
Yeah.
Are we talking about Synchro Rate 300 still available?
That's still available, but
Still
he
available.
doesn't have both the fruits of tree,
Oh, yeah, no,
knowledge
no,
and
no.
life, whatever.
I'm
I'm gonna say Gurren Lagann because
Ooh.
one, the drill is the perfect weapon to get through the AT field. We've seen
The drill that will pierce the heavens.
when that angel was drilling down, like that thing just popped right through the field. Like it wasn't. It just went right through it.
Yeah, it's like.
And Gurren Lagann has enough willpower
so you believe
to.
in it? You believe in it that believes in you that believes in it?
I don't believe myself. I believe in the Gurren Lagann that believes in me that believes in the Gurren Lagann. I think Gurren Lagann.
Reflexive logic.
Because Gurren Lagann at the end of the series, like normal Gurren Lagann could teleport.
Yeah.
It just ripped holes in space time.
Okay, but we're talking about like level 1 Gurren Lagann.
But that's a power he always had. You know, I mean, it's before he goes like super tank and top of Gurren Lagann. But I mean, like Gurren Lagann, he can do it. You know, he's more stable than Unit 1, that's for sure. He's hitting it from 100% from the get-go. Shinji has to be like out of energy, and you're like killing Ray or Asuka or something. Like he needs a lot to get going.
He needs a catalyst.
Yeah, because if it's against himself, he could care less if he dies. So, I mean, unless we're gonna throw like Asuka in there and just have like Gurren Lagann like Kamina just like hit on her or like step on her or something, or like start making out with her, whatever.
Like you see like freaking Asuka like.
What?
Kamina.
Wait, what?
And Yoko.
And Yoko. They're both 14.
Oh my
and
god.
They're not.
And they're both redheads, so they're both the same character.
They match.
They match.
Okay.
But I think Gurren Lagann can take it. Plus, Gurren Lagann has the unique ability to fuse with other machines.
Yeah, that's
She's not 14.
She's 14.
I'm not gonna.
Junior had an inappropriate I have a Gurren Lagann poster in my room, and he had an inappropriate fantasy about Yoko. And I informed him that she's 14. And he's...
Yeah, this is what we were talking about earlier. Like how like Storm's supposed to be really old.
Yeah.
And then now Yoko is...
He's 14.
I was like, oh,
And
Yoko.
Simone was also 14.
Like,
and
if
was
you
like 3 feet
gather
tall.
all of the characters that claim to be 14 and you put them next to each other and look at how, excuse my language, look at how stacked the chicks are.
I don't know.
You're gonna be like, what? It's
Yeah.
They're not 14.
Alright, so back to the battle dome and out of the etchy corner.
I think Gurren wins this one.
Huh?
Yeah, Gurren Lagann. Who the hell do you
so
think
you
we are,
either
man?
tie it up or you just...
I kind of want to tie it up. I want to get into Ava's side for this one, even though I love Gurren Lagann. I mean, like, I have postcards with Gurren Lagann stuff on them.
Jeez.
So do I.
So
It's like, so do I. Yeah.
yeah, I do believe in the whole manly spirit thing. That's a very strong factor. But you gotta think about Shinji's like abysmal existence.
He's so depressing.
I mean, yeah, it's 2 versus 1, but it's like, I don't know. It's just like hope and guts. Yeah, hope and guts. Literally, like I keep saying Yuri. Simone's hope and all the guts are coming from
And Shinji
Kamina.
hopes that someone blows out his guts.
Shinji is just like, I think his power just comes from his confusion.
No, it's not even. It's never been, like until the
time
movies.
was in
It's
that
never been
thing.
him. It's always been either his mother or the autopilot system, the dummy plug. It's never been him. It's always been like Berserker. He's always just been like, oh, who's in here? And he
I
just
just think to
wins.
be
He
anything.
does a lot of sitting and crying,
Yeah.
and then he wins magic.
Very first round, he gets into the
Okay,
Ava.
if we-
Let's run
if
away,
we-
let's run away, let's run away.
If we put stats up against each other, we got Gurren Lagann, and then Gurren Lagann has lots and lots of power.
It has a lot going
He
for
gets
it.
new powers
It
every
does.
day.
He gets new power every like strength is like high
Infinite.
up
Like
there.
Almost
teleporting.
infinite.
Where did that come from? He's like, I need to be over here. There's not enough time. Let me just be there. It's like,
Yeah, that happens in
Okay, I gotta watch this
future
series.
arc. That's the future arc. But if
Yeah.
we're talking like first arc,
Oh.
like when
yeah.
they're still getting used to Gurren Lagann versus like.
That's not fair though. That's not fair.
What? That's why I.
They're fighting an immortal regenerating monster. They need to be like future them.
We should have set these parameters earlier.
All right, fine. We'll use normal Gurren Lagann.
Okay, normal
in the
Gurren
beginning.
Lagann. But then, yeah, he still has the Giga Drill Baker still. So that's going to factor in a lot with Shinji's AT field. Because, yeah, it's going to be useless if you can break it. But then, I mean, we got to think about how clunky Gurren Lagann is. I mean, if you remember the fight from Beerl versus Gurren Lagann, the very first one, Beerl was like outspeeding.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Is this Gurren Lagann with flight with the little thing he attached onto his back, or is it with him when he's on the ground?
When he's on the ground.
Oh.
Okay, let's give him wings. Let's give him wings.
Oh no! I mean, if it'll be him in the beginning before flight, I have to change my.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Because Unit 1 can break the sound barrier.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
like,
moves fast. That's
like
why.
and Shinji constantly did that one.
Yeah.
So if we're gonna do it in the beginning with no flight, no teleportation,
Like the
no random powers, I gotta
very
say.
first iteration of each mech.
Okay, what's your final decision on that one then?
If it's before flight,
Very first.
and in the beginning it's Unit 1, because
Unit
at that
1.
point all he had was Giga Drill Breaker.
Yeah,
and then the boomerang.
Yeah, it's just him.
Oh, and the manly kick.
The manly kick, and then the manly brother throw thing.
Oh yeah.
Where he goes around.
He takes his head off into the drill and he throws it at them and then it comes back.
Well, it technically turns into
To Lagann,
to Gurren, or what is it, Lagann?
Yeah,
It turns into Lagann, but then still. But yeah, like definitely Eva 1 would definitely just keep dodging and flash stepping the crap out of the freaking the Giga Drill Breaker, and I bet he would catch that sunglass and just break it.
And he might actually just eat the drill.
He just
like he would block him like.
That's too much. I don't think
that's giving too much.
Oh, okay. So him becoming God and regenerating an arm, that's okay. But eating metal, that's where you draw the line.
No, but we're talking about spiral energy here. That's different.
Yeah, but I mean, has Unit 1 ever shown to have limits? Yeah, I mean, like, let's think about that.
I mean, the limit, I guess the biggest limit on Unit 1 is incompetent pilots. Like, I'm saying this, I'm siding with Unit 1. If Unit 1 had a competent pilot, then I think even flight-enabled Gurren Lagann would be in trouble there.
I think Asuka would have made a better pilot for Unit 1.
Asuka
Because she did really well in Unit 2.
Especially when she was dying, like, especially in the movie. When she was
that movie scarred me for life.
That's
a whole other podcast. It's just the end of it.
But yeah, okay, if we're talking about groundless, or
grounded,
feetless
Gurren Lagann.
Grounded Giga Drill Breaker with the sunglasses, Gurren Lagann versus first starting out Shinji, then I think Shinji would win.
Yeah, Shinji went berserker.
So
episode
all
1.
around, Eva 1. Eva Unit 1 wins.
However,
if Gurren Lagann had teleportation and all that stuff,
Yeah.
it would be Gurren Lagann for sure.
Now-
Just because, even though, no matter how fast it is, it's going to be like instant transmission from Dragon Ball. It's just
Yeah.
going to be like, oh, you're there now? You know what I mean?
Next time we should do Final Form God Evangelion Unit 1 versus Tengen Topple Gurren
Tengen
Lagann,
Topple Gurren
where he's
Lagann.
throwing shurikens, galaxies of shurikens.
Oh man, I gotta research, man. Research. So, okay, so that's our battle dome for today. We have Eva winning in first round. You can say first round. Second round, we have Gurren Lagann, obviously.
If certain conditions are met, yeah.
If certain conditions are met in the second round, then Gurren Lagann wins.
Next week we're going to talk about Shishomru versus
Shishomru versus Byakuya.
The battle of the aloof older brothers who are clearly superior to their siblings.
Clearly. I'm telling you, you should just throw any Itachi in the mix there too, because
it's just 1-1 right now. 1 versus 1.
Fine.
We'll go
No
to you versus
three-for-alls
team.
yet.
Yeah.
But 3-for-alls are fun.
Yeah, I know they're fun, but
It's just 1v1s are easier to talk about.
Yeah, and it's easier to analyze.
Fine.
For now.
We need to find another older brother to compare Itachi with.
Okay.
Let's
Let's get those older brothers and put a pin on it.
Put a pin on it.
And
On the
Take
imaginary
a shirt
cork
off that. Put a pin on
board
it.
of Codename Epic.
Put a pin on it.
we'd be like violating trademark for office space. But okay, so that ends the Ani-holic time chamber, and this was your hosts, Maestro, please.
Kirby Kid.
Jen.
And Kay, who is not willing to sound as depressed as these three.
And we are Ani-holics. Have a good night.